Hey guys, it's Scott with Scottie B Cards, and in this video I want to show you how my personal collection evolved over the last 12 months. So what we're going to do in this video is look at how my collection has evolved over the last 11 to 12 months. I want to show you what cards I started with at the beginning of 2024 and where it ended up now that we're almost at the end of the year. With that being said, I'm going to go through what cards I had heading into this year, as well as what deals I made, what cards went where, potentially what I paid for stuff, to give you an idea of how I'm buying and selling all my individual cards to get to a long-term PC that I really like with more high-end cards, I would say. One thing I'll note is all of these deals, I don't spend any of my own money or my wife's money that we actually make in our day jobs. All I'm spending is baseball card money. So that's why I'm buying, and sometimes we'll sell stuff even though I view it as a long-term purchase. Sometimes something pops up and you're like, man, I really want that. It's kind of like the diamond cutting where I'm just basically consolidating into better cards is my goal. And in this video, you'll see I have some winners and some losers. So we'll start out with, these were my best cards at the end of 2023. Heading into 2024, these are my best cards. To highlight some, I had a Jose Ramirez Superfractor 1/1 rookie card. I had the Nolan Arenado red ink autograph out of 10, a Mookie Betts red ink autograph out of 10, a Juan Soto red ink rookie auto. I had the Mookie Betts 1/1 from Bowman Sterling, the Canary Diamond out of 3 Bowman Sterling auto, Mike Trout out of 25, Goldschmidt Bowman Chrome autograph, gold out of 50. Then there was a Mookie Betts Black Topps Chrome update. There was also a Mookie Gold Bowman Chrome autograph, a Gold Topps Chrome update out of 250, a clear out of 10 Mookie Acetate PSA 10, and then a Willie Mays rookie card from 1951 Bowman. And at the end of this year, let's see what cards I have left. Just those two. Those other cards, they were all sold or traded, and I'm going to go through all of the deals where I sold or traded those and what I got in return. And you can let me know if I did good or bad. I like where it ended up. I think it's in a good position, and some of these cards I purchased will probably be sold over the next 12 months for something else that I think is better. And it is kind of the way that I operate. I think it's fun this way. But here I have the clear out of 10 and I have the gold Bowman Chrome autograph left. Those ones will be very hard for me to ever move. If I do, it'll be to upgrade one of those cards at some capacity. Okay, so the very first deal. This was the first big transaction I made at the start of 2024. I had the Mookie Betts Atomic Refractor 1/1. There was an indent on the back from like a fingernail, but this is the 1/1 from the Japan Atomic set. This is from Bowman Sterling. This is the Japan Atomic Refractor. There's also a Superfractor 1/1. There's also a Red Refractor 1/1. So there's 3 1/1. So while Mookie has very few 1/1s, he has 3 from this set, and that's not even including the autograph 1/1s. So I sold this card and I sold this card. This one is probably the one card I'm sad about, but at the same time, like what I sold it for, what I pay for it, I don't know. It's a 6.5, so it does have a folded corner, so it is damaged, but it's a red ink autograph out of 10, and then the Mike Trout out of 25. That one was a lot easier to sell. It wasn't a card that I wanted to keep for the long term, but I got back in return a 1/1 Buster Posey rookie card. He has hardly any 1/1s, so I thought that was a really good one to get back. I paid a very fair price for it, and I've actually sold that one since. I got a Francisco Lindor Topps Chrome gold autograph. I was high on Francisco Lindor heading into this year. It turned out that Francisco Lindor had a really good year, so that was a good move at the time, but I sold these cards, and you'll see what I sold them for. I got a gold Bowman Chrome autograph. I got this Zach Greinke out of 50 rookie gold Bowman Chrome refractor. These are very rare, very hard to find. That one is now gone too. We'll talk about that one. I have a blue Juan Soto Bowman Chrome autograph. I have a orange Bowman Chrome autograph of Nolan Arenado. I have a Juan Soto. This is the Topps Update autograph. This is a sticker autograph, but it's like a super short print. There's like 5 to 10 of them that exist apparently, maybe 20 at most. And then I had this Mookie Black Topps Update. So I moved these 3 cards for these 8 cards plus a few smaller ones. We're not going to look at the smaller ones like $50 to $100. We're looking more at the little bit bigger card transactions. That's what my first deal was. And the reason I did this is because I bought these cards for a price where I could sell them for a very, very good profit. It's kind of what, naturally I got a really strong offer. I wasn't looking to sell them. I got an offer. I accepted it, and then I put the money this way. So that was the first deal, and that's where I started. The next deal is I sold these 2 cards and I bought these 2 cards and had some extra cash left over for another deal. So the reason I sold the orange is instantly I got it in hand. The autograph was not as bold as I hoped. And for me, that's like super important. I can't help but not focus on the autograph. Whether rational or irrational, it bothers me when the autograph is slightly faded. It didn't look horrible, but it wasn't perfect. And so when I actually saw the scans from the seller, he made it look perfect. And it wasn't perfect, and that bothered me. So actually, I took a loss. This is my biggest loss this entire year was on this card because I didn't like it. And plus, on top of that, Arenado was having a bad year. So that was hard for me. So I sold it. I think I bought it for like $5,500, sold it for like $3,800. So really big loss. This card, on the other hand, I sold for a good profit. I'm not going to say exactly what I sold it for the guy who bought it from me, but I did sell this one for a profit. So basically they almost leveled out in regards to flat money. And then I bought this Juan Soto Dynasty RPA out of 5. These Juan Soto Dynasty RPA out of 5s have really gone crazy. I think one just went for quite a bit. The last few sales have been really high, which is great because he only has like 38 or 42 or something like that between. There's 3 out of 10, there's 3 numbered to 5, and there's 3 1 of 1, so that is 48. There's 48 total. And then I also picked up this Gatorade bath. So I sold the autograph, but I got a PSA 10 and some extra cash to do some more transactions in the future is where I ended up. After that, I had the opportunity to pick up this Larry Walker Gem Masters 1 of 1. And this Larry Walker Gem Masters 1 of 1 is a card that I never ever thought in a million years I'd have a chance to actually purchase. I made a video on this card. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. But I picked this card up. It's a 1 of 1 and I couldn't help but want it. So I did sell this Canary Diamond Mookie on eBay. I got a good price for it. It was a Mookie was like the MVP frontrunner before he broke his wrist. So people were really paying strong for his cards. And then I did sell this Zach Greinke for a small loss, not a big loss, a small loss in order to buy this card. I sold some other cards too, but these are the main ones in this particular story to let me get this 1 of 1. I'm not gonna say exactly what I paid on this card just because it's, you know, it's a 1 of 1. I don't want to have that comp out there. It's where I would like it to be, but this card won't be sold. I can't imagine for a very long time unless I need to sell it for whatever reason, health or house or whatever that's going to be. So that was a fun transaction, one of my favorites of the entire year. Upgrading to one of these Metal Universe 1 of 1 Gem Masters is incredibly hard, especially if your favorite player, one of the best players, if not the best player in your franchise, favorite franchise's history. So this is a huge card for my PC. No regrets on this one. One of my favorite pickups that I've made, probably will ever make. After that, another big pickup I was extremely excited about. So I sold the 2 Francisco Lindor Golds. I took a small loss on those 2. I sold the Paul Goldschmidt. I did not take a small loss. I made out really well on this card. I bought it before Paul Goldschmidt's MVP, so I did not get it for too much. And then the cash that I got from this transaction, I put towards the red Paul Goldschmidt. I paid $6,800 on auction for the red Goldschmidt. It went for like $20,000 last year or 2 years ago now. I was ecstatic. I was ecstatic about picking this card up and I was able to get one of my favorite players, arguably second best card ever made. His Superfractor did go for around $50,000, just barely. So I'm feeling pretty good about that one for what I paid, around $6,800. But these are the 3 cards plus some cash in order to buy this particular card. Next up, this one, I don't know how I did. I like the card I picked up. I think it has a higher ceiling. Is it not as cool? You could argue that because this is a Nolan Arenado Real One autograph red ink with like a perfectly red autograph out of 10. It was a PSA 8 because it had a little bit of damage on there. This is a PMG Larry Walker. This is a Larry Walker Metal Universe. It is now a PSA 8, which is a very strong grade for a Metal Universe card. I did a straight up trade. I just traded this card for this other card and I don't regret it because I love Arenado, but I have a hard time collecting now. They left the Rockies. I kept trying and it just did not work for me. And so I got Larry Walker. I started a big Larry Walker PC once I picked up this Metal Universe Gem Masters, and this was the second card that I picked up of his. After that, this is a really big one that's relatively recent. So this one, I don't know if any of you have really seen or I've talked about, but I sold my finest Superfractor of Jose Ramirez. I did very well on this one from what I paid, and I sold the Buster Posey, and I did well on that one from what I paid. And I sold this Mookie Betts Black. I sold it for basically exactly what I paid, just so I can have the cash. And I bought this Game Worn Logo Man 1 of 1 Aaron Judge RPA. So this one is very different than what I normally would do because I usually wouldn't go after this type of card, but this is a really, really big Aaron Judge card. In my opinion, one of his best rookie cards. You could argue Bowman Chrome autographs are better. His gold Bowman Chrome autograph sells for roughly the same price as what I paid for this card. So his BGS 9.5 gold. And with this particular card, I picked it because it's his only game used 1 of 1 RPA out there for a Logo Man. His Dynasty 1 of 1 RPA with the Logo Man is actually from the Home Run Derby, which is cool because he won that, but this is his true 1 of 1 from a game. So it's a great card. There's none other out there, especially for an on-card autograph with a game-used relic. It has a nice, beautiful 1 of 1 right here. Yes, the World Series didn't end exactly how I hoped for that card, but I did fine with Mookie, obviously. And overall, this was a big pickup, one of my biggest pickups of the year. I had to give up a lot for it, but I gave up 2 1 of 1s and out of, 64 for this 1 of 1 Judge auto. Judge is probably more prolific than these two when it comes to like his accolades in the regular season, at least, hopefully in the postseason eventually too. But overall, that was a big pickup for me. And then one of my last pickups was for this co-signers Hank Aaron, Willie Mays autograph. This scan does not do this card justice. It looks a lot better in person. The autographs are very bold and very blue. I actually sold these 2 at the National, the Red Ink Soto. I just sold for cash at the National at the table. And then I sold this Mookie Betts to someone I knew who collects Mookie Betts. And then this other Mookie Betts as well to buy this Hank Aaron and Willie Mays. So I had a lot of Mookie Betts. I decided I needed to get a little bit more diversity in my collection. So I sold it to buy the Hank Aaron, Willie Mays dual autograph. It's only like $200 to 50 autographs ever between these two that were released by Topps. It was this set, the co-signers was the first one. There is an out of 25 autograph in Topps Chrome Retired Edition in 2004. I don't know if that's exactly what it's called, but it's a Topps Chrome autograph. And then like out of 15 card from my 2011 museum collection. So very few cards ever signed by two of the best players ever, two of the best black baseball players ever. I think it's a gorgeous card, which is why I got that one as well. And the second to last deal is I sold this Juan Soto Gatorade Bath, and then I added like $800 in cash to buy this card right here. This is a Mookie Betts Bowman Chrome Autograph Blue. This is going to be a True Gem Plus. It was a no-brainer for me. I love Mookie. I love Soto as well, but I like Mookie just as much. And I had the Dynasty autograph of Soto plus the Blue Bowman Chrome Autograph of Soto, so I was happy with this one. And then I actually sold this Willie Mays. I bought this Francisco Lindor Bowman Chrome Autograph out of 10, one of his best Bowman Chrome Autograph parallels. My Billy Butler collection with 98 one-of-ones and amazing rare cards, and other debts from other small and medium card purchases. So basically that made me even for the year on what I spent saving for taxes, all that good stuff. So this is where my collection ended. It started a very different way. I kept these two cards up here and added everything else here. I did not talk about the 24 karat gold or the gold mirror. And I also picked up a Red Crusade of Larry Walker. But this is where my collection ended up. I have no idea what I'm even willing to sell in the future. That's the hard part running into right now, is like, what would I sell to expand my collection? But I'm happy with where it ended up. I did like the same amount of movement on the lower mid end as well. And that's why my Billy Butler collection got so big this year, which was a lot of fun. But those were the moves I made. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are, if I did good or bad, and I will see you in the next video.